Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Think Global podcast. I am your host, International Chef, and today's date is January 24th, 2021. We like to take the time to thank all of our followers who are following us on YouTube and social media at Azomco Global. Make sure that you go to hit the subscribe button to get instant notifications straight to your email. Our show is growing, our platform is growing, is because we have such good guests coming on the show. We're going to talk about something that everybody's going to love today, and particularly one of the favorite reasons I like to travel abroad, and that is for the food. International cuisine with my man, Chef Jay Mills. What's up, Chef?
What's
Welcome,
going on, Seth,
man.
man? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. So happy to see you. So happy to have you on the show. Thank you
Thank
for taking the time out to come over and spend some time with us, man. So how's everything going in North Carolina?
Man, everything's going great, man. We just down here cooking it up, man, having a good time. How's everything out there? Oh, your way.
I'm good. I need to know one thing off the rip. Do you guys send overseas?
I'm sure we can make anything happen.
Man, I need it all. I need all the fixings. I'd ship that in a box and send that over here to Qatar, man.
We
So
definitely got to go.
we have a segment on our show that we give all of our guests. We give them 10 seconds to come on the world call to talk about some of the countries that they've been to, just to list some of the countries that you've been to. Now, so we have some guests who have a long list. I think the most that we have was 96. And we have some guests who haven't even started their international travel. So we're going to push Chef Jay Mills on the world call. Ready, go.
I've been to the Bahamas, DR, and that's it. So my 10 seconds is got a little bit of time left, but that's all the international travel I've actually done.
Hey man, that's two more than to a lot of other people around. So you are a chef by trade. I wanted to ask you straight off the beginning of the interview, what skills or traits do you need to become a very, very good chef?
Well, I mean, the first thing you need to do is just you got to have a passion for food. I think it's hard to be a chef if you really don't enjoy food. You know, if you have a limited palate, it's going to be difficult to cook a lot of different cuisines and like the international cuisines that we talk about. I know a lot of people are afraid to try a lot of different international cuisines. So the first thing you would need is a good palate and a passion for all types of food. The second thing and the most important thing I think to be good in the kitchen and to become a chef is patience. You need patience in order to make sure that you're doing the food the right way and put that love and passion into the food. And then the third thing and one of the most important things as well is you need the knowledge. Okay, you need the training, you need the knowledge of what you're cooking, how long you're going to cook certain things for, why you're cooking at that temperature, what type of utensils you use. If you're going to use a steak, you're going to use cast iron, why you would use cast iron. So those are the three big things to me that you would need in order to become a chef.
All right, cool. Are you the type that like following recipes, or are you the type that kind of just get in there and throw a little bit of this and there, throw a little bit of that, take a little taste, stir it up, and you can just freestyle it? Which one do you prefer?
I'm definitely a freestyle. I always tell people that my skill as a chef is my creativity. So I'm definitely a freestyle. Like I'll take any recipe and chop it up and mix it up and do all kinds of different things to it. The key to it though is knowing what flavors go well with what. So it's like the recipe might not call for a certain thing. For instance, tomatoes and basil, those go well together. So if you're using tomatoes in a recipe, it's always good to put in a little bit of basil. So even though the recipe might not call for it, those are little things you can do to just spice up dishes. So I'm definitely more on the creative side. I'm not really a recipe guy. And it's funny because I just got a gig with a popular blog creating recipes. So I have to take everything and put it in a measuring and just kind of shake it and see how much I'm actually using instead of just using a salt container and just shaking salt out. So I'm learning both sides, but I definitely love to be more on the creative side.
So congratulations, man. I watched your show a couple of times, the Eat, Drink, and Handle Your Business show. Congratulations on that, man. I mean, it's really, really a big accomplishment. I'm really, really happy to see your success and that your platform is growing. Why did you start the program Eat, Drink, and Handle Your Business?
Well, it's funny. I started doing little recipe videos because people used to always ask me, how do you cook this? How do you cook that? So I just started doing recipe videos just for, people to enjoy. And then one day I was riding down the road and my radio went out. And to me, that was God's way of speaking to me. Because sometimes you're distracted by audio, video, things all the time. Especially with the cell phones that we have, you're always distracted. So my radio, when I didn't really have anything to do, I was just listening to my thoughts. And eat, drink, and be merry is always one of my favorite scriptures. It's always one of my favorite mottos to live by. And so, you know, I thought eat, drink, and handle your business. And I said, well, let's just do a show. And then I did one episode by myself. And then some people saw it. They really enjoyed it and liked it. They said, you need a co-host. So they went and found my co-host at Ty in Carolina. Y'all follow her. She's dope. And then I had met a bartender out, and I said, well, it'd be cool to have a bartender on the show, since we have eat, drink, and handle your business. And then we like to bring on guests to talk about their business. And so when we started filming the show, everybody started to like it. We started to get interest from, production companies here in Charlotte and some other networks. And then finally we signed our deal last August 2020 with Taste on TV. So, yeah.
So what is the show exactly about? And where can our audience find it?
Well, I like to tell people it's a talk show centered around food. So basically, we're talking about different career topics. We're talking about lifestyle things, current events, but we're also having fun in the kitchen. It's lighthearted. It's not something where it's for diehard cooks. Like for people who this is for people who can just want to jump in the kitchen and have fun and create different recipes. So we create recipes on the show. Like I said, we talk about different current events and topics. We create a cocktail on each show. So our bartender, we have a resident bartender at Call on Jazz. Her name is Jasmine Wright. She comes and creates a cocktail on each show. And then at the end of the show, we either, interview a guest, or we just kind of talk about different business topics and things of that nature. And people can find it at Taste on TV. So you go to www.tasteontv, so TASTEON TV.com. You can download the app for your phone. If you have an Apple or Android phone, you can download the app. And we're also on Roku. So the channel is actually a Roku station. And if you have a Roku device, all you have to do is type in Taste on TV in your search bar, and you can download the channel. It's free. So you can watch us anytime. We come on Mondays at 8:30 p.m. and Wednesdays at 8 p.m.
Hey man, I'm gonna encourage everyone listening to go ahead and check out Chef Jay Mills on Taste on TV and Roku app. All right, man. Well, we're going to get right into it. We're going to see you get down in this kitchen, man. So we're going to roll this first video, and we're going to talk about, or you're going to show us about, how to make a Greek gyro. So we're going to go ahead and check out that right now.
Our ground beef, you want to make sure it's cold, but you season it with salt. And you can go generous with the salt, because we're going to have to mash all this together. You want it to get on all portions of the meat. Onion powder, cumin, garam masala, Italian seasoning. Normally you would use lamb as half beef, half lamb, but since none of the grocery stores have lamb right now and it's hard to find, then we'll just do all beef. And I'm sure a lot of people won't complain about that. Some people are scared of lamb, but not me. Next step is to just mix all this together. This is about 2 pounds. Stick this in the food processor. All right, so now that we got all that, and we're gonna go in with some diced onion, some fresh garlic, some sour cream, not a whole lot. And this is not a traditional recipe it's traditional the way we're making it, but it's not traditional as far as some of the ingredients I'm putting in, because y'all know I always do me. Some heavy cream, not a whole lot of that either. An egg. A little bit of vegetable oil. All right, so when you get done, it's gonna be like a paste, just like that. And you just drop this in the loaf pan. It's gonna be like a glorified meatloaf basically, but it's a gyro, so it's got different seasoning, spices, and you see we put some different things in there. The sour cream and the oil and stuff is just to provide fat, so that you can come up with a paste like this. And we're gonna put it in the oven at 325 for about 45 minutes to an hour and let it bake off. And then we'll come back and show you exactly what it looks like. All right, so our gyro meat is out of the oven. We're gonna let that rest. It's kind of like steak. You do not want to cut it immediately because it'll just leak all the juices out. Then you'll have dry meat. So you just want to let that rest. All right, so we're gonna make some tzatziki. Remember the tandoori video? We did some raita. So we already have the raita here. Tzatziki is similar to raita, but they use a little bit of different stuff. So we already made the raita. What we're gonna do is add in some fresh dill. My little assistant has helped me. And then a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of white wine. Not Moscato either, ladies. That's too sweet. You need some Chardonnay or some Pinot Grigio, some real white wine. And this makes it just like a tzatziki sauce with all the raita ingredients. And if y'all don't know, I'm making 2 dishes at the same time, so I'll use this on my gyro as well as on my chicken biryani. So now we just cut our gyro meat. It's been resting a little bit here. Got this soft pita wrap. Feel how soft it is. A lot of the ones at the store are really not this soft. And we already got tomato, onion, and everything all in this sauce, so there's no reason to put all that on the wrap. We just put some pickles on there. And we just top our gyro meat with that right there. And we put a little bit of lettuce on the bottom. And there's also lettuce in the tzatziki that we made up today. And we just fold it. With the fries, the homemade fries, mama. Them the homemade fries. We're gonna season these homemade fries as soon as they come out the grease with some seasoning salt and some lemon pepper seasoning. That's the homemade gyro with the homemade fries. The homemade fries.
All right, well, my mouth is watering, man. I don't know about yours because you're the one throwing down in the kitchen, but I'm like, oh, I just could eat one of those right now, some chicken and some whoops. Wow. Okay, man. Well, I'm hungry. I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. Let's talk about types of different international cuisine. I mean, we have one of the best things about traveling for me is experiences different types of food. I mean, I love all types of food, everything from Asian food to Italian food and Mexican food and Arabic food and Indian food. It's so good, you know. So what let's talk about a little bit of international cuisine and spices and recipes and how like food can be different, but it can, you know, it could be in ingredients and everything can be wrapped up, but it can have different outcomes and tastes and stuff like that. You want to just touch about that?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, some of my favorite cuisines are Ethiopian. I really love Ethiopian cuisine. Indian cuisine, I really enjoy that as well. Italian, most definitely. But the thing about it is, you know, it's basically the same stuff. You know, it's chicken, it's beef, it's vegetables. It's basically the same stuff. It's just how they season it. Like for instance, the Indians use a lot of garam masala, and they even refer to their spices as masalas. But they use a lot of, you know, tomatoes and ginger and garlic, and it's the same stuff that we would use, but it's just their way of seasoning things. Like I call Indian food like soul food for Indians. The way they cook is basically chicken, rice, chickpeas, beans. You know, people like what would I eat when I go to an Indian restaurant? I mean, it's basically the same stuff. It's okra, it's chicken, it's tomatoes. It's the same stuff. Same thing with like Italians. Theirs is a little bit different because there's a lot more pasta, and they use the red sauces and the bechamels and things of that nature. But I mean, it's still ground beef. You know, same thing with Mexican ground beef, a lot of ground beef and stuff like that, chicken. So it's just their culture and their spices.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so I got a question to ask you, man. Me and my brother, we always go back and forth for this question when we're out eating and stuff. It's like, if you only had to eat one type of cuisine for the rest of your life, you can't switch at all. It's only one type of cuisine for the rest of your life. What would it be for you, Chef?
And that's tough, but I mean, I think I just kind of touched on. I think I would go with Indian cuisine just because it's so relatable to what I'm used to. Like I grew up, you know, my mom worked in the kitchen for basically all my childhood, and I grew up on Southern soul food, and I love the Indian flavors. I love it. I love the spiciness, and I love the fact that they do a lot of vegetarian, so you can also eat healthy, but also, you know, have the same flavor that you want as well. So I think it would be hard for me to give up Indian food over any other cuisine.
I hear you. I hear you. For me, it's difficult, man. It's difficult because you have to take in consideration, food tastes good, but it also has outcomes, right? If you eat a lot of pasta, a lot of carbohydrates, we're gonna get big, and it's gonna be difficult to not gain a lot of weight. For me, I think with the variety of Thai food, I think I
Mm.
could get it done. I think I could get it done for over a long time, for the rest of my life. I think I can manage off a little bit of Thai food, man. I think so. I think so.
That's one of the cuisines that I've been working on recently, trying to, you know, kind of perfect it a little bit more. So maybe one day I can get in the kitchen and whip up something for you that, you know, maybe you'll like. So yeah.
Hey man, that would be quite all right with me. Well, you talking about India and you're talking about getting back in the kitchen. We're gonna check out this next video right here of you throwing down some chicken biryani.
Oil in the pan, and we're gonna go in with just a tad of butter. We're gonna season our oil with some garam masala. It's gonna give it a little fragrant texture. Some Bombay masala as well. Ginger. A little bit of cumin. Some turmeric. A little bit of garlic. First, we're going with some potatoes. I'm cheating a little bit. I got some ready rice, basmati, you know what I'm saying? And just to make this process go a whole bunch quicker, we don't have to soak the rice and do all that extra stuff. It's still gonna have the same flavor and same outcome though. So we just pour this in a skillet, put 2 tablespoons of water and a bay leaf, and a little bit of the garam masala. As the potatoes begin to brown, you can throw in some red onion. As your onions begin to cook and get translucent, then you want to go in with some tomato and some jalapeno. Alright, so your house is going to start to smell really flagrant. It's going to smell really good. We got some bone-in wings that we marinated in our yogurt marinade. If you watch the chicken tandoori video, then you know that how to marinate these. And so we're just going to stick all of these in our pan. Once this is all seared and ready, we're going to drop in 2 bay leaves, a little bit of white wine, not Moscato either, ladies. That's too sweet. You need some Chardonnay or some Pinot Grigio, some real white wine, and then a little bit of water. All right, so see the chicken is getting real pretty and colorful. When this happens, you're going with 2 boiled eggs, and then we're going to go in with our rice. Just go right on top with our rice. The rice, just kind of move it. And once that happens, we're going to put the top back on and let it go for another 10 minutes, and then we'll be done. 10 minutes, we just start to flip everything over. You see that beautiful biryani color. The eggs, the chicken, potatoes, just beautiful. All right, so we're gonna make some tzatziki. Remember the tandoori video, we did some raita. So we already have the raita here. Tzatziki is similar to raita, but they use a little bit of different stuff. So we already made the raita. What we're gonna do is add in some fresh dill. My little assistant has helped me. And then a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of white wine. And this makes it just like a tzatziki sauce with all the raita ingredients. And if y'all don't know, I'm making 2 dishes at the same time, so I'll use this on my gyro as well as on my chicken biryani. So you see the beautiful chicken wings, the rice, the potato, and we'll get one of these eggs too. And we just top that off with our raita.
And again, that looks amazing as well. I mean, out here in the Middle East, they got a lot of chicken biryani, but that definitely looks like it's gonna pass the taste test, man. Definitely looks good, man. That looks really, really good, John.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
So As we conclude, what's next for you, man? I mean, you mentioned the show that you have going on, and what's new that you're working on, and what can people be expecting of you in this new year?
Well, we just completed our first season of Eat, Drink, and Handle Your Business on Taste on TV. So we're going to take about a month off, and then we're going to get right back into filming again, starting our season two. We were picked up for a second season, so we're happy about that. Also, Miller's Catering Company, I'm working on that. We just released a barbecue sauce called Miller's Family Barbecue Sauce, and that's doing well. We're currently in the works on working on some new sauces. So basically, just cooking, man. We just that's all we're doing. We're cooking, we're eating, drinking, and handling our business.
Hey, I hear that. Make sure right now I'm gonna put a link to your website where they can order the barbecue sauce directly. And so I want you to go ahead and shout out the barbecue sauce where they can find it.
Yes, go to www.millerscateringclt, so millerscateringclt.com, and you'll have the barbecue sauce there. You can see more of our menu. If you're ever in the Charlotte area and you want to, purchase some food from us, hit us up. We'll be happy to help.
And shout out your social media as well, where they can follow you and the show as well.
Definitely follow at Eat and Drink TV on Facebook and Instagram. You can find me at John Thomas Miller on Facebook, and my Instagram is ameliorated_lifestyle.
There it is. Go follow my man, y'all. Oh, one last thing we gotta discuss, man. I've been overseas for the last I don't know how long, man, 12 years or something.
Yeah.
We got to get you out here, my brother. We got to get you out here, man. What can we do? 2021 got to be the year that I got my guy over here, man, with me, man, and we can go out to the restaurants and go to the Turkish spots and the Arabic spots and the Indian spots, man. Can we make it happen this year, God willing?
Yeah, Lord willing, we're gonna make it happen this year, man. I'm planning to try to get out there in the end of March, early April. So let's see what this COVID-19 do, but. Yeah, I'll definitely be looking forward to getting out there.
Man, I'll be a pleasure to have you, man. All you gotta do is just get out here, brother. We'll take care of the rest.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely gonna make that happen this year.
Hey, man, thank you for coming on the show again, man. And hopefully later on this year, we might have you come back.
Oh, sounds good, man. Keep up all the great work, man. I've seen some of the shows. I love it. Azomco, let me just ask you, what does that mean? What does that stand for?
So Azomco is the first two letters of my last name and the last two letters of my wife's name, company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So we incorporated it in the U.S. and we also have a branch in Mozambique as well.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know what it meant.
Yeah, so that's the name, just the model, Think Global.
Most definitely, man. I love it, man. I know it's just I know you've been going all over the place, man. Portugal, Brazil, everywhere. So, man, keep up the good work, man. People need something like this. At the very least, even if they haven't been anywhere, to inspire them to go somewhere. I love what you're doing, man. Thank you for the opportunity to be on, and I appreciate it.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I love you, brother, and take care, man. Be safe over there, and let's keep in touch, man.